X-Men Storm is white now. They have a video
What?
showing X-Men's I'm about to call Monroe. What's Storm real name?
Something Monroe. Hold on. You got me. So, what? What did you? What? No, show me what you're
X-Men.
talking about.
This is a
In a
video about
Google News
somebody was talking
headline,
about
I kind of
our
chuckled to myself a
X-Men
little bit. Not because it's necessarily
Storm
funny, but I find
is
it a bit
is
hypocritical.
gonna
People
be
are
white
upset
now.
that
So
Storm
let's see
looks like
what
a
this
lighter
YouTuber here
complexion person. It's
has
not
to
that it's
say
just her
about
complexion. She
our
does not
X-Men
look
Storm. I
African
don't know how
American, even
you can
though
see
I
the video
have
on here.
seen African
I'm
Americans who
looking
look.
at it.
But I understand why people are upset. And you know what? They have a right to be upset. Storm looks a certain way. She's always been darker skinned and obviously of African American descent. Her
That's not dark
features
skin
always
though.
included bigger lips, and it was very obvious to people that, oh, she's a dark skinned girl. Here, it's true. This iteration of Storm really does look like Charlize Theron. And you know what? People. However, those same people don't have a problem when take white characters and make them black. I think there's a double standard there. If there's a character who has always been the core of who they are, like Spider-Man, Batman, T'Challa, Storm, Wolverine, Blade, it would be very insulting to the fans to take them all of a sudden and be like, let's give them a different color, y'all. Let's take Blade and make him a white man with red hair. I like what they did with Spider-Man because Miles Morales, I love Miles Morales. He was a different universe Spider-Man. He was still Spider-Man. He wasn't a hand-me-down because people felt bad for minorities. So they're like, oh, well, just let them have it for this year so that they can shut up. Don't insult people like that and don't insult the fans. T'Challa has always been a black character. And you know what? Just taking a segue here to say rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, because when I heard the news that he was gone, I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was a joke, a very sick joke, but I was very shocked, and I guess it explains why he had looked so sickly years ago. It just seems so unfair, you know, that he was battling with this, and then, you know, he left a legacy, and
At least you
in
weren't
my
an
mind, he
asshole
will
about
always
that, huh?
be the original Black Panther. He brought people together. He brought that to the screen. I mean, he killed it with his performance.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Hey, we're web design.
This is I got to get better at because I wasn't paying no attention. My they're moving slow. Slow. Let me pull it to the side for a second so it can move along. And I don't show the other people ads too. But she was basically she trying to talk about how characters being whitewashed and how she actually defending that Storm being white like you ain't gonna make a difference and stuff like that. But I want you to actually hear from out of her mouth and see what she had to say about why she thinks
Platform called
Storm
Buddha.
Storm
What our
should be
platform
white
looks
or
like.
black or whatever
This-
like that. No, I'm trying to multitask. This ain't and it's moving slow.
Tell you, Storm gonna be white on X-Men.
I know I should have did.
Storm, they gonna
I
make
should have
Storm
sent
white.
I should have sent you this video so you could play it on your side. That way,
black, they're gonna make her white now.
You said she was black. They gonna make her white now.
I
I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think that's a joke. That gotta be a joke. I don't think Disney would do that.
Character. So with the Storm incident, I totally
Yo, thank-
understand Storm should not look like a white person because Storm has always been black, as far as I know. But just like we don't expect you to change Storm and lighten and spruce her up to make her look completely different than what she looks like, Hispanic, Russian, whatever it is you're trying to do, make her look black. That is who her character is. It's the same way that the original characters who looked a certain way should not be changed to fit other ethnicities either. I will say she can pass for mixed. She does actually look like one of my far distant aunts or my mom's aunt or whoever who's half black and half white. Now, although she is older now, she does have a lot of the features that this Storm has. And when she has her hair straightened, you can't
See how she trying to justify how if you notice how Storm automatically had like an African descent, like you knew that it was a black woman, and like they trying to blur the line how they did with Halle Berry and they did with what's the new Storm that they came out with and made a more of my complexion more or less.
Oh, you talking about X-Men First Class? Talking about the X-Men First Class joke? No, it sound like it's choppy, but it sound like she's saying that why are they changing it? That's what I thought she said. Like, why are they changing the character of it? I mean, I don't like why I don't understand. They're white people. Leave shit alone. You already done stole a whole bunch of shit from us. Like, let's stop this shit. You lied about Christopher Columbus. You lied about a whole bunch of Native American and shit that been here. Stop it. Original Native American are black. It's not that hard to look that up and you will find out. Stop it. I mean, come on, man. He made these characters black. Stan Lee made these characters black for a reason. So what y'all want to do is now change these characters now? Why? Just tell me why you want to change the character now. So you might as well just make the whole goddamn MCU white then. Fuck it. T'Challa might as well be white then. Like, come on, cut it out.
Exactly. T'Challa, or they had too many black people inside of Wakanda. They need to add some more. What is in diversity?
No, they don't need no diversity. Why would you have diversity in a country that's black? Stop it. They're African. That's how it's always been. Why are you trying to change it?
Hey, Flip, you see this picture right here?
Yeah.
I mean, this picture right here do look like they took it from off of a person with white features, and they kind of edited to try to make it look like she's black, or they edit white features onto a black person, because a lot of these features is like this, not the way these cheek mounts, it just don't look like a black person features. Maybe mixed, but
it don't. It look like somebody that's white that you just painted their face black.
Right, just when you know how you be playing NBA 2K and they let you do the color pattern and you just kind of move it over some. That's what it looked like they just did. They use their features and then kind of
tell what she is. But when she has her dreads in or her faux locks,
she look white.
Very obvious. She looks like a light-skinned mixed black woman or mixed white woman. However,
that's not even mixed. That's just white. She's straight up white with just a color of black woman. Yeah, you can tell.
They're not just one shade. They can be many different shades. There are black people that look like they're white with their shade, but they have the African features. There are even some black people who look very, very dark but have European features. Because honestly, we're all mixed up together. Even though you can date back to your great grandpappy or mammy and of them being a certain color, if you go farther back, you're mixed up with a whole bunch of things that you never expected to be mixed up with. It's just that the dominant genes of the most recent parents and grandparents follow through to the children. And that's what's really interesting about people. But in this case, I will admit that it does look like they mixed up Storm a bit much, or they tried to lean her more towards a white character, and that's not right. That's not who Storm is. For example, this girl cosplaying as Storm, beautiful, with that smoldering look, like she wants to fuck you up. She's probably like, don't mess with me, I'll cut you in half with my lightning. Or this woman, Anuk Yai, I don't know if she's actually cosplaying.
Now that's Storm. No, she's not defending it. She's going against it. She's saying that, no, I see what she's saying. She's saying that they need to stop it and make Storm look like what she should look like. That's what you're saying. That's what she's saying. She's defending it. She's saying like, yo, why are you changing the color of Storm or whatever? I have no idea why they doing that. Like, stop it. She's from Africa. I'm not trying to hear, oh, well, there's white people in Africa. Yeah. Okay, there is. And guess what's going on right now in Africa? Guess what's going on right now? They trying to get them white people right out of Africa. Stop it. Like, what are y'all doing? Come on, man. Like this is bullshit. You don't see no one up here. We had said it many a time before on a podcast. Okay, I can see how they making Professor X and Charles Xavier black or whatever, but leave them white. I really don't. I don't want to see no white on black Charles Xavier, black on Magneto. I can see where they going with that. They got a good storyline for that, but why change it? Why change something that's been there for forever?
The only way I can see change if it's because of time, right? Let's say if they had to make a story of Magneto and Professor Xavier in the 20th century, right? And they have them at a certain age in this generation. They can't go back to certain eras, so they have to find a different type of struggle. And I can see if the struggle would line up perfectly with the X-Men, but the only thing that would have to be changed is his it could be his gender or his ethnicity or whatever that is, his race. It changed like that because it fits what's going on of a person that might have been in World War I or the Desert Storm, like how they did with Frank Castle. They brought him more into a modern war that was more.
You know how you can solve that? You know how you can solve that? This is how you can solve that. Just give him an ability of aging slow. Magneto, he aged slow anyway. So all you have to do is give him another ability. Okay, say, well, Professor X age slow now. You do it with any other character. You give all these characters all these abilities. You gave Superman like a ton of fucking ability that he never had before. You gave
Hey, no
Spider-Man
something
other
too though.
ability that he never
Hey,
had before.
know something DC did, I think, a lot better than Marvel did. When Marvel kind of put themselves in a box, DC never addressed time. I mean, you see it, but they never really addressed it. Because if you look at Gotham City, no matter what time period you in a old dirty looking New York City's in the 90s era, 80s, 90s era, right? But it's always that's how Gotham look. That's how Metropolis got its look. But then when you
What you
come to
Well, you want to know something, Chuck? And that's why DC comic book sales is selling is better than Marvel. Because Marvel trying to do all this extracurricular stuff. DC is not doing that. DC is staying hardcore to what DC does. You don't have to change your character and stuff like that. Just add other characters. That's not that hard for you to add other characters. You don't have to make a character gay. Just add another character. Just add a gay character. Like, I don't
right,
understand what is wrong. Like, what is so hard? I don't give a fuck about these gay motherfuckers sitting up here. Well, we want a character too. Stop it. You don't have to change that. Just make a gay character. That's
right,
what's wrong with them right now. Like y'all fucking stuff up. Here's the new thing that they're talking about: making Captain Kirk bisexual. Why? Why would you make Captain Kirk bisexual? Why? What would be the whole purpose of that? I don't like when they try to make it
especially when they don't have nothing to do with the story.
have nothing to do with this character. If you want a gay character, just make a gay character. No one is getting mad. This is the 20th century. You can make any superhero character and make up and make them gay. You do not have to take an established character. Let me rephrase that. I don't give a fuck about y'all wanting to change a existing character gay. No, that's fucking wrong. Just make a gay character. This is 2020. Stop it. You're doing bullshit now. This is not what people signed up for when people come in to read comic book. Oh, well, we got to make him gay so he can be socially accepted for the gay. No, just make a gay character. The fuck?
Right.
Like,
And
I don't have no idea. Y'all done copy super. Every goddamn damn there, every character out of fucking Marvel that got superpower and shit is based off of fucking Superman. Every damn character that got superpower, they use Superman as a mark, as a particular, potentially a mark to how powerful this character going to be or how low this character power going to be or whatever.
right.
You don't have to do all
Marvel
that shit, man. Yeah,
Marvel and
yeah.
DC.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, stop it. You don't need that. Just make a fucking character that fit that. You don't have to make Storm fucking look like she white or mixed. Who gives a shit? Make her black. Shit, she's from Africa. Like, stop
Right.
that. I don't know
This
how
one
to
right here would be a perfect Storm. To me, this is Storm. All the way to the
who the hell is this?
huh?
Who is she? I don't know who that is.
I think this what's her name? She an actor and then she was a model. But
I ain't
she
gonna
did
lie. I
a
don't know.
cosplay and she can't.
She
Yeah,
look like
she
whatchamacallit? What's that chick name? I can't think of her
Naomi
name.
Campbell.
Yeah, she does. She look like Naomi Campbell, like a young Naomi Campbell.
Right. That's what they need. A woman like this to play Storm to get good representation so you can be really immersed into it. Now, certain characters, I mean, I'm like, I got that 50-50, like, okay, if a character, to me personally, sexuality, 99.9% of the times, it has no place into that because I don't care about nobody relationship. The only relationship in X-Men, it made sense with Storm and Jean Grey and with Wolverine.
And Cyclops.
I mean, Cyclops, my bad. Cyclops. And it played a role because they gene pool had something to do with the X gene that carried the story along, and then you had stuff with Wolverine, so you had the leadership and you had that dynamic, so it had diversity into the story. Now, if you had somebody gay and you have somebody that's homophobic, and you can have a story where he doing something but don't have it well, it feel like it's forced or it's pushed in them. But if it help do something that's inside of the story and don't feel like this cookie cutter, because I say straight out, like when I be hearing like these a lot of the gay stories, if they make it cookie cutter, we'd have heard that story. Now if they did something unique and differently, that's acceptable. Everybody say, you know what, I can respect that, or say, just something different. Don't just it feel like you get hit with the same plot line, same thing, same story that under the agenda, and they just want to push it on every story without adding different varieties of different stories in different ways and different reasons. Now that that era has passed. Now they need to be talking about okay how it is nowadays instead of talking about how it was in what 1999 and early 2000 and 2015, 2016. Oh, we didn't have this, we don't have that, and
You want to you want to know something though?
all the movie industry. Yeah.
You want to know something though? Why can't they just pick a comic book storyline that's in the future with the X-Men? They can do that. Like, stop it. Stop trying to, what you're trying to do, you're trying to milk out these characters that you can't milk no more. Like, stop it. Leave it alone, man. You don't have to bring these characters up to date. They can stay just the way they are, yo. I don't understand why they doing that. Like, I don't get it. And this is why you get a lot of criticism and bad publicity from Disney because of the shit that they doing.
Right.
You gotta do all that shit. Fuck that. You don't gotta make her like. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? She was Storm is was a dark skinned character. She was not no half white, half black. Stop it. She was a dark skinned character. Now y'all doing some other shit to try to please. Who you trying to fucking please? If no one else is worrying about this shit. Only person worrying about this shit is y'all racist motherfucker. That's what it is. It make me think that a bunch of y'all motherfuckers out there are fucking racist and y'all don't like the fact that this character is naturally black. What's bad about it, as what the young lady said, you got white people saying, what the fuck is y'all doing? What are y'all doing?
Right. They seeing the fuckery and the shits that's going on. And they don't, and some of them don't care for it because it kind of alters how they feel like certain characters. I mean, and I'm a matter of fact, I'm gonna take it to the next level. No, another character that I didn't say nothing, and I ain't see nobody on the internet, and I fought myself because I should have been the first person to just come out and say, Apocalypse is black. When I see Apocalypse, go back and look at Apocalypse.
Apocalypse is black. He's from ancient Egypt. See, but you want to know what it is? They can't even be real with themselves about Egyptians. Well, Egyptians look like Middle Eastern. Those are not original Middle Eastern assholes. That's the problem. What's wrong with these motherfuckers, man? They want to just tamper with shit. Oh, we gotta put white in this shit. We gotta make them look like they damn near white. I don't know if you ever noticed it when you watch Elizabeth Taylor. You know when she was playing Queen Elizabeth, like Queen Elizabeth. I'm like not Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. She was playing
Queen Nefertiti's.
Yeah, she was playing Nefertiti's, or who else she was playing? I believe she was playing
It was one of them. I know it.
It's like I know you know how you know so much about it, but then it escaped you. But the fact of the matter is, they doing that whitewashing back then. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that in this time. Where though you have to. Well, we gotta make it. Who are you trying to make us socially light skinned for?
Hey, right, exactly. And check this out, Flip. On Apocalypse,
Cleopatra. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, Cleopatra, right. Hey, if you see Apocalypse, if the features, even on the X-Men animated series and on the X-Men covers, when they show Apocalypse, you see the faces like a black person features with a head structure, the mouth and a lips. I'm like, well, you know, if they want to get somebody that look like Apocalypse, they should have went somebody who had more of those features. Like old boy who played Kingpin on Daredevil, the movie. I can't think of his name, but he played Kingpin on the movie of Daredevil. Now he could have played a good Apocalypse. Somebody like that. I can't think of his name, but yeah. If I find out, I'll try to find a picture and put up there.
What Daredevil movie you talking about? Which one?
They only had one Daredevil movie, huh?
He did. He passed away.
Oh, he passed away? Oh, the black. He played in the green.
Yeah, he passed away. He passed away.
But you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, a black person on his physical, you know what I'm saying, body structure, right? You know, with that type of body structure, and then you put like the Apocalypse, you know what I'm saying, mask and stuff on a person like that. I bet you he won't look like somebody that played on what the Power Rangers, not the movie, but the Power Rangers TV show. That's how bad it looked on there. But let's digress for a second, Flip, and see what she got to say about our reaction about X-Men Storm is white now.
Cosplay as anything that they want. When you're providing a character for the people, give them the character as it looks like the character. I don't want a black Superman and I don't want a white Storm. That's just my thoughts on it. The person that asked me to comment on it, I honestly didn't even know what's it called? Future Fight? Marvel's Future Fight was. I'm like, is it a movie or something? And I saw it was a video game. And yeah, you get some more leeway if it's a video game, but not with the characters, because people are going to be looking at the characters and expect them to fit along with their actual counterparts to the movies or to the comics. So I agree across the board for all characters. Now you may be asking, when is it okay to change the way a character looks very drastically?
Look at that right there.
Well, if it's a new iteration of the character in terms of it being inspiration from the character, but not actually the character. For example, if they make another Superman like Homelander from The Boys, if they made him black, it wouldn't be a big deal because he's not Superman. Well, actually it would be because there's actually a comic of The Boys. So, but let's pretend there wasn't any comic before. There's nothing for them to go off of. That would be okay because this is a brand new thing. Or if
But,
it's a
but you don't understand is that the boy is not like a real big hot Superman character. What she felt, she don't understand that. I can tell she don't know nothing about comic books. There is a black Superman in comic book. So for that reason right there, she don't know what she's talking about. She need to do a little more research before she even start talking about all these other characters, because there is a black Superman actually that's in a comic book. He's just from Earth 52.
52 or 57, something like that.
I think, yeah, I can't remember what Earth it was, but he is from another Earth. But you know, she need to do her research.
Kevin or something like that.
His name is Kal-El. His name Kal-El too. But she need to go do her research before she even start talking. You can go ahead and play it again.
Changing an appearance anyway, or I will even give leeway if a character is doing horribly. Like, for example, if a comic comes out and it's dismal, there's basically no people that want to buy this comic, and it's awful, it might be because of the character design. So it's good to start fresh and be like, okay, well, this is this character, or from this universe, and just write it off as that so people can shut up. But Storm is a very loved character of the franchise. Everyone knows her to look a certain way. Keep her the way that she looks. Those are just my thoughts. That's just my opinion. But what do you guys think in the comments? When do you guys think it is okay to change the way a character looks? Do you think that characters should stay the way they look for all time? I mean, I understand that there was a time, you know, based on where you are. If, for example, if you grew up in China, most of the characters of cartoons and movies are going to be Chinese. And then you want to adapt it to another country that's not predominantly Chinese. You may want to change it so it's easily more relatable to who the majority of that company is. Just like African movies and Indian movies I've watched, most of the characters are Indian or African in descent. Maybe you'll have some white characters sprinkle out there sometimes, but they're not the majority, because the majority of people in those countries is not light complexion like that. They're darker complexion. In the sense that that is also portrayed in TV. What does it look like when 90% of Nigeria are African people and 10% are white, but they put 90% or 50% of white people in African movies? There's nothing really wrong with doing it, especially when they share the same culture. That's a big, huge factor. If you share the culture of someone else, you speak the same language they do, you have the same influence they do, it's easy. People, no matter what they are, like how I grew up, many different races in my country. It could also be the class that I grew up in as well. But even still, going to the poor regions, everybody was mixed up together.
Yeah, I know what that means right here. She got a advertisement, huh? Or it might just be what you call it?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but she need to.
Yeah, she made some valid, non-good points. To be honest with you, some of the points about like where like it wouldn't be nothing wrong to make something like that if
up together, Spanish, Chinese, white, black, it didn't matter. Nobody saw race. Everyone was just like, yo, what's up? Everyone spoke a specific language. They all shared the same culture, so everyone was cool. Also, I find it very odd.
No, that's not how it works. Just because you share the same culture don't mean that you get the chance. You get the chance to sit up here and change it like that. That don't mean nothing. I can have you can have someone else that want to be that's trying to be adopted to the hip hop culture, R&B culture, whatever. So does that mean that a white person get to go around like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Calling black people, yeah, that's my nigga. No, that don't work like that. Just because you want to be a part of that culture, or you saying you're trying to share that same culture, you don't really share in that same culture. Why? Because you're not from that culture. I'm just saying, it is what it is. People try to
At the
make
end of the day,
things
you're
seem
still a
more easy.
spectator. You're still just a
Right. You know what I'm
spectator.
saying? You'll
I mean,
never
that's what
like
black people need
exactly.
to understand too. And white culture, they need to understand that regardless of how hard they
So,
try,
100.
they still a spectator inside of the culture. I mean, you might relate and make them get along and make them be a part of it, but at the end of the day, you still got to realize you spectate the same thing as white people inside of a black community. Like you say, certain things a white person know that they shouldn't say or can't say. Some of them try, and you see the end results, but you know, at the same time, like how you say, you are, but you're not completely. So you still spectating, like I'll be inside of somebody else's culture or household.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
what's good, Bone?
And they would
Oh shit.
literally somebody else would say, yeah, that's why my eyes open wider than yours. And then one of the other people would be like, well, give me some of them lips then I can break open these coconuts. And they would laugh about it. You know, it's not like nobody in my country, nobody took offense the way people take offense here. Like they would dog on each other all the time. Doesn't matter what they look like, but they loved each other. It was the weirdest thing. I never knew prejudice to that degree. Now, where there was classically poor and there's some uppity people, my family wasn't like that. Well, some of my family members were, but for the most part, everyone was like, oh, yeah, those really, really poor people, you know, they're dirty. And then the middle class people were usually upper middle class, because I think I was upper middle class. I wasn't rich like the kids that I went to school with, but they would look, their parents especially would look down on me and my
She
family.
been sheltered. She been sheltered. You can tell she been sheltered, because that's not how the way the world works and stuff like that. Like there's people there's some people who sit up there and say, well, in certain country, we don't act like that. We don't treat black people like that. Well, that, you know what make everything that she said, throw that shit out the window is a lie. I don't give a fuck where she's from. When Black Lives Matter popped up, what happened? You see all across the world where there's black people live at, they put up Black Lives Matter. So for them to put up Black Lives Matter like that or whatever, if it did not affect them like that or whatever, or if you say you wouldn't have found too many black people coming out that live in them areas or live in that country or in that part of the world, period, talking about injustice for black people, whatever, because it is like that around the world globally, and it is what it is, and people don't want to accept it. And this is what I try to tell people, but some people are brainwashed with it. White people think they more superior than us. That's all it is. It's the truth.
And she on the cool, she kind of said that, if you notice, she said, well, I got some people running out, but some of them, you know, and that you know that it's them. Even though it's not, they're not going to admit to it or
yep. A lot of people like to be sheltered and brainwashed and be fooled. They don't want to accept what's going on in the world. You hear all these type of excuses. Well, then how come? No, stop it. You're being brainwashed. You brainwashed already by making any type of statement like that, by trying to justify that. It is what it is, and in this world it's still racism. I don't understand why people don't understand that. How can you not see that? I don't give a fuck if one part of the world, a small percentage of it, they don't treat you like that. That's not the whole damn world. Because when I realized that or whatever, I paid attention to what's his name, my man that played in Star Wars. What's his name?
Some of the black
the
dude?
black boy. Yeah, I stay butchering his name. The boy he played. But you know what I'm talking about.
He was on ATN. Somebody when that was on ATL.
No, I don't know if he was.
No, he wasn't
on TL.
Danny Glover.
Not Danny Glover.
Oh, some of the other black dude goes on there.
No, he wasn't on Star Wars. What's his name? John Boyega. John Boyega came out and said this might ruin my career, but he said don't let nobody tell you this, and this, and this, and this, so forth. He's breaking it all down. So that let me know to believe, okay, well, so it's not as peachy and sweet as it is over there in the UK. It can't be. Not only that, it was other people that was coming out in the UK talking about how they get treated and stuff over there. So that let me know y'all getting treated just like it is over here. Same thing over there in over there in Puerto Rico, whatever. What my man said, that's from Puerto Rican. He said them high yellow white Puerto Rican treat the black Puerto Rican just like white people treat them over here. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. You have to know someone that's fundamental, that someone that lives over there that know what they're talking about. Now, John Boyega wasn't the only one that came out and said something about that over there. Then you find out, okay, all over in different countries start talking about that stuff like that, of how black people being treated or whatever. So that lets you know the whole world look down on black people. So
Right.
and what I don't get is that, you know, I say that to bring this right back. I say that to bring this right back to the storm issues or whatever. That just goes to show you all around the world it's the same thing, and that girl don't know what she's talking about. That means that you've been sheltered. You don't see what's going on in the world. People say they do, but they really don't. People try to justify it, but they don't. They're just people who try to justify something that always does that. And I don't understand why they do that. I'm like, how are you trying to justify that? Like, why are you trying to justify what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong? Always
They
make
try
up
to make
excuses
it
and
right.
stuff.
Hey, that's
Right.
like what's his name? Who played Cyborg on the DCEU? That he came out when we first came out. He was like, oh, it was good, you know, PR stuff where they tell you have to stay on Twitter and X, Y, and Z. So now that when the Snyder Cut was being made, he came out and said a lot of stuff that Cyborg had going on inside of the Justice League movie, how he cut it out, and basically from my knowledge of what I was heard was that this was based that people wasn't interested in seeing the Cyborg and what he had going on, even though he played a pivotal role in the Snyder Cut at the Snyder first vision, that it revolves around Cyborg. And then after it came out, Cyborg really wasn't even in the movie. Like, he ain't played no role. Like, he was just there. Like, that character that was just them. But really and truly, he was the key factor of the Justice League movie. But people don't, you know what I'm saying? But people don't know that. So he came out and he was explaining what really happened. Because, you know, when you're making movies, sometimes you can't go out and badmouth the company that you're working for, especially why you're working for them, even though it might be an individual that's doing it. But let's see what she got to say about Storm.
To the poorer people that lived in the mountains, they would probably say that, yeah, you're rich. And I've talked to people like that. They're like, yeah, you're American. You're a foreigner. You weren't born in this country because you don't know hard life. And I'm like, really, bro? Like, you're acting like the only people who existed in the country were people like you. But, you know, I get what he's saying. But the point of the matter is, classism.
She acting like the only people in the world exist like people like her.
Was really
exactly.
It didn't matter because they were really, really rich people of a certain color and really, really poor people of another color. And you would see in the United States, you'd be like, wow, that's kind of backwards. But anyway, enough about that. I just found it interesting. It was a very big culture shock when I came to the United States. And especially now, having grown up and seen how sensitive people are, it's very odd to me and really doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let me close out this video. What do you guys think about the whole Storm incident? Do you think they should go ahead and change her back? I know the argument that people are going to make that, oh, well, there's light-skinned, dark people that look like that. Yes, that's true, but that's not how Storm is portrayed. And if people can easily mistake her or not know what she is, I think you should put her back to what she's known as, especially given her roots. Hashtag leave characters the way they look. Thanks so much for watching this.
Well, Alteori had an ulterior motive on her thoughts, but she did a 360 all the way come back around when it came to cleaning up about how she felt about characters being changed and leave characters alone. Me personally, I'm in a ball with you, Flip, about characters that's they gender swapping them and race swapping them, and all they have to do is come up with some new characters. I understand that, but what I was thinking about is like how T'Challa was talking about. But I mean, this is what they need to do exactly: is put more emphasis and more light to the black characters and the other characters of these different ethnicities that they already have. Like, people ain't know about Shang-Chi. People ain't know about the who else? The Mandarin. People don't know about Kamala Khan. You know, different. You know, they have these characters, but they just need to stop focusing on Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk. We can go down the list. Cyclops, Wolverine. We can go down the list about Peter Parker. You know, all these characters, these main characters, they need to start focusing on like the Luke Cages, the Blades, these type of characters that they don't have the attention. Man, they have so many core black characters that never seen the light of day when it comes to the movie industry or even to be on the full animation level. that you'd have been like, damn, this was a cool ass character that they could have bring. Like people would have never knew Blade was a Marvel character. If y'all or people when it came back to this generation now about Blade, people wouldn't have knew about how you have these characters like Miles Morales that's a Spider-Man, but not Peter Parker Spider-Man, and how we have these different varieties of characters. So that's why I was like, you know, with me personally, I feel like they just need to put more emphasis on the characters that we like. Luke Cage, man, imagine it's the same actor, because they don't need to recast him. They just need to bring a character like him to the big league movies. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to have this big major role or major movie, but characters like that need to be in the Marvel movies. Or if they're not gonna be in the Marvel movies, you know what? Yeah.
You know what I thought about Chuck? How come they don't bring character old? You can make a character that's old that nobody know about it, beef them up, and you can make them white, black, gay. I don't give a hell. No, nobody really care about that character. It's a no-name character. You can just build that character up. I don't understand why they don't do that. That's what I said. Like, I don't understand. Well, why do y'all gotta grab these
no-name characters? Made him gay. Yeah, Black Mass and what's his name? Scratch that's on what's it called? I didn't care when they made them gay. Who is them?
I mean, they ain't nobody. I mean, they not established. I mean, they character. Yeah, she was. She would get mad, man. She was ready to whip somebody behind. Yeah, but I just don't understand. I don't understand. I mean, you can get character that you have already made or whatever that been around for years that people don't know nothing about, and just make them gay. Like I don't understand why you want to name these known characters. Why you want to change them drastically? You want to make them lighter. You want to make this person like, come on, man, leave them character alone or whatever. Just come up with a character come up with an existing character that no one uses. You don't know nothing about their background, and you can make them like that. You got a lot of characters that you don't know nothing about their background like that, and you can make them gay or make them white, black, or whatever.
Like Mystique. Nobody really knows her true backstory.
No, don't even know what Mystique really look like. We don't even really. They never really show what Mystique mom look like. To be honest with you, you can say Mystique background. You can say Mystique is Asian. How will we know that?
Right.
I'm saying you can change that. You can say you can say anything. All we know about Mystique is Mystique was been around since I believe since the 1800s. Since the 1800s. What's going on, yo? Like, so I just don't I don't know what I don't know why they Hollywood in itself has this thing about getting an established character and just altering them. I don't know why they do that. Hollywood have this thrill of it. Oh man, let's make him look like no. Why? Why are you doing that? Like, leave it alone. Like I said, look what they did was look what they did with what they trying to do, Captain Kirk, trying to make him bisexual. Why? What will be the purpose of this? We already know Captain Kirk. We know that he was a ladies' man, and that's what he was into. Now there's a rumor going around. Y'all talking about y'all want to make him bisexual. For what reason? What purpose does that serve in that story of making him like that? They can't come up with no reason.
I mean, it's the only thing at first that I thought that could have been a reason to justify it was, okay, we're trying to bring it to the modern day time, and this would be a reason. Like how we was talking about earlier with Professor Xavier and Magneto, and they bring him into like this, not the Civil War, but they bring him into the area like when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was around and Muhammad Ali, stuff with my uncles or great uncles and stuff like that. They was around to be able to witness, and and you can see that, okay, this older person is playing Magneto, or this older person is playing Professor Xavier. Now it don't have to be African descent. They have other different things that people was in depression that Magneto could have been in, that could have happened within the last 40 to 60 years back. Well, Magneto could be, within the age range where he could be an older person. And then it could justify it. But at the same time, if they needed to change them out, I can understand. Like, for example, Rogue, if they wanted to alter Rogue, because she's a girl that's from Mississippi. And if you sit there and you talk about, okay, what a girl that's from Mississippi really look like, or let's say Remy LeBeau. Me personally, I say the way Remy LeBeau look they insinuate his characteristics for how he's supposed to look in the area that he came up at. That you know what I'm saying, you do stuff like that. Now I can understand those situations, but when you just take a character and say, boom, he go by it, he gay now. I'm like, for what? Why? What was the purpose of Iceman becoming gay? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's another one that they did. I forgot about that one,
Yeah,
but
like,
I didn't
why?
understand that
It's
one
just
either. Like, why are you making Bobby gay? What he do? What Bobby do to you? Like, I don't understand that. Like, yo, I'm saying to myself, like, that's what make it. And you know what, man? And this is the thing that I try to tell a lot of people, man.
oh look, got
That's why.
somebody knocking the door, Mr. Rogers in the neighborhood.
And I said that before, man. This is what make people unhappy or unsettled. And I'm like, oh no, well, y'all homophobic. That's not being homophobic. That's just like trying to figure out why the fuck are y'all trying to change these characters. I don't understand that. Leave these characters alone and just go ahead and make other characters like that. Not hard. You got all these characters in Marvel and DC that you can change their origin or whatever. No one would know. No one know the difference because no one don't even care about who these characters are. It's up to y'all as a writer to bring forth these characters and make these characters mean something or whatever. But I really don't understand why would you want to make a character? Why would you make an established character gay? I don't get that. I'm saying like it have no. It's like Chuck said. It serves no purpose of it serves no purpose in the storyline of knowing that. Like I don't get it. Cause let's look at it. 90% of the movies that we watching, these comic book movies we watching or whatever, we watching these movies. We watching for the action and stuff like that. We not really watching these movies for watching these movies for the love and the romance of the movie. Okay, even if they have a little romance in the movie or whatever, and they just happen to be gay or whatever. Okay, but
Man, hey, check
but
it
you
out.
don't sit up there and make it the main focus. That's what we're saying. We're saying like even if you do make a character that's gay or whatever, why make that the main focus of the story when it's not? It's not.
Right.
We trying to see somebody get their behind whipped. We trying to see them use all type of special powers and stuff, like in a comic book and stuff like that. You know, like bang,
And
bang, bang.
why he get these powers and why these powers working? What's the purpose of these powers? And you know, like how you said, was Peter Parker. I mean, his whole story about him, you know what I'm saying, running behind Mary Jane and not paying attention when he get bit by a spider, and he was just, you know what I'm saying, it had something to do. It kind of moved the story along because of that. Like it gave a reason to move the story along.
No. We understand why they probably want Kirk that way, but what does that have to do with it? Like, why do you need your permission from gay people to watch the movies? Like, why? If they don't watch it, they don't watch it. Who cares? Like, what good would that do? That doesn't make sense. It don't make no sense and no type of way for you to do that. Well, we need to get approval from the gay community because we want Captain Kirk to be gay. Like, what is that going to do in a movie? What is that going to do with him being on the bridge of the ship? Make a captain that's gay. That's what I don't understand. You can't make a gay captain? You already did it in Discovery. You made somebody that's gay or whatever. But
Hey,
that's
and
what
then
I'm
they can
saying.
always have different species.
Right. They have
I
done that
mean,
before in Star Trek. See, this is what I was telling Vodka, and Vodka don't understand none of that. Vodka, I don't know what's up, Vodka. Vodka the sometime or sometime. I don't know what's up. I was telling him about that with Discovery. And I was telling him same thing about on Doctor Who. How they just had her walking around with the female Doctor Who is bisexual. No one cared. But
right,
you're forcing it. See, some people don't understand what it means when you forcing that at them, and they're like, "Huh? Wait, listen here. This is what I understand with Doctor Who. Y'all saying she gay, right? I don't care, but this is a problem. What I didn't like that they did. You kept talking about it, insinuating, and pushing it towards her, but you ain't see her kiss nobody. So you just saying she gay just to say she gay. Oh, like then in every episode, like, so I don't understand what are we doing here. I ain't see her smooch kiss nobody or nothing. So I'm trying to figure out what we doing. Like, why? What is the purpose of you keep throwing that at people and you not showing that? Like, I didn't understand that. So I was like, huh? Like it feels like you forcing that. Like don't force it. If she's going to be that, let it become natural.
Right.
When things is not natural, that's what happened. When you forcing it, and that's what people don't like. People don't like stuff to be forced on them. Forced
Hey,
on them.
this might sound crazy, but no old girl off of Supergirl. Her sister, now she was gay, right? But to me, I didn't really feel like they was really forcing about her
Right.
being gay. I
They
didn't
wasn't
feel it.
forcing that.
So it just kind of felt more like, okay, that's what her purpose and why she didn't do this here. And then boom, she over him and now she in a relationship with this here, and it kind of helped the story move along as well. So I'm like, oh, it didn't bother me. It didn't just come up and we're like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And it helped the story. That's how I look when I seen with Supergirl. I mean, they had other issues that they pushed and they forced and
Yeah.
they was trying to stram down you. But
They gonna
no,
make.
they got some girls that do some shows do it right, like Stargirl.
I mean, white.
I don't like
They
to
make
say I watch
look white.
Stargirl, but Stargirl is
No,
one of them
look, come
shows
here.
they have like
Show them the face you just
Ronda
made.
Grande in there.
Show,
They got
show them the face you just made when I said
got
Storm
Faith.
is going. They try to make warm. They trying to make Storm white.
Yeah.
I have to bring him in it. Like they shouting that. I don't understand that. I'm about to bring the white thing here. Come here. I'm about to bring the whole family.
Hey, flip, like, you know what? Joe want to get me on a live reaction. So let me get him on one. Let me get my people like, you gotta.
Like, yo, they like, huh? Like, what for what? Like, and all I'm saying is, I don't care whether it's a character. I don't care if the person is gay or black or white or whatever. I'm just saying this. Why are you trying to make these characters that's white, black, and these characters that's black, white? Why are
Right.
you trying to make these characters that's straight gay? I don't see no character that's gay. You making them straight. So I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand that. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why are you doing this? I don't understand that. Like, for what? Oh, because we want the gay. Okay, well then just make a gay captain.
Like, hey,
Just
matter
make
of
it.
fact, they got one that's called Sting. I think his name is Stingray. Something Ray, and maybe Stingray, right? So I'm watching it and I'm thinking it's a DC comic book, right? Dude, he was
Yeah.
gay and all this other stuff, and they had this stuff going on. It was a whole different character they invented. They don't tell you that it's based upon, you know, saying the gay character that's doing stuff is on the CW Seed app. So when I was watching it and they had a whole story and there was a character, and I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. And they put him inside the DCEU and he have his own story going on. Same way how they got
You got a
yeah.
judge. You got, excuse me. I gotta watch my mask, but look, I got a Star Trek mask, face mask. Yeah. Your boy serious about that. Live long and
Beam
prosper.
him up, Flip.
Yep.
Beam him up, Flip.
Come here, little
Yes,
girl. Come here, little girl. Yeah, come here.
man, they just had some crazy stuff that went on around the neighborhood. I'll tell y'all what that was to knock at the door in a few minutes if y'all want to hear about it. It was crazy.
Yeah. Look, little girl, look. She looking like, what's that? Say,
Yeah.
She don't know what's going on. She just looking.
Yeah.
See, look.
Wait, you find out Storm they Storm not black no more.
Little
Now,
baby. They making Storm white. She's like, what? That's the one. That's the one that was calling you, huh?
that was the one that was in there. Tomorrow, Bone
That's
was
the
it?
one that was calling you.
Yeah, man.
Nigga, you going camping? What that is for?
Man, we gotta get some more gaming in too. I say, Flip, we just want to come in and do our little reaction. I ain't want to, hold you up for too long. Everybody be rocking. Let me go ahead and tell my quick story. Who else knocking at the next somebody knocking at the door, right? Dude told me that somebody was getting chased by the police. He tried to jump over my neighbor gate and broke the neighbor gate down. The neighbor dogs running around all out there and stuff that's going on. I said, man, did you hear that just went on? I was like, nope. I was in here doing a podcast.
You don't even want to know, huh? He like,
Yeah.
forget that.
I'm like, well, I don't know if he that, but so I go open my if I see his dogs, I let him in my yard until he come back or something going on. But it was he was saying, man, dude was running, did this here, jumped, and there was like all this stuff going on. So it's always some type of, I see, it's always a movie around here like Friday.
Yeah, man.
I have a love-hate relationship with Disney as well. I had that cookie cutter. I had that love-hate relationship, but they could keep pumping them out. But this Marvel Avengers game is calling me. What's good, Flip? You hopping back on, or you wanna do another topic and do another show? We're gonna do some more shit. Hey, this was just a quick up with the cup run through live reaction about Storm being whitewashed video, all that good stuff. So appreciate everybody from rocking. We could do this all day long, but you know what I'm saying, we gonna keep the hot ones dropping like this here. We ain't gonna you know how people be trying to make it too long and be too boring. Nah, we just want to drop y'all with some pop right quick. And then we're gonna hit y'all with that up when we do the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you ready to get up out of here, Flip?
Yeah.
But appreciate you coming rock with me. I knew Flip had to have a lot of trust in me that I wasn't gonna put him into nothing crazy, because you know we could have went into something. I ain't tell him nothing, zero. I said, "Say Flip, come live with me. I'm just gonna hit the button. Don't worry about the topic. I got you." He was like, "All right, Chuck, man, I'm with it." I was like, "Yeah, let's do this." And that's how this occurred. So, man, everybody that came in, appreciate y'all and all this other good stuff. So later, love, peace, all the good vibes, and y'all have a good rest of the day.
Peace.